All right, example A asks us, do 6, 7, and 8 make the sides of a right triangle? So to test this, what we need to do is run 6, 7, and 8 through the Pythagorean Theorem and see if they make a true statement. So we take 6 squared plus 7 squared equals 8 squared, and we see if that actually is true. Well, 6 squared is 36, and 7 squared is 49, and 8 squared is 64. Is 36 plus 49 equal to 64? No, because 36 and 49 is 85, and 85 is obviously not the same thing as 64. So no, these do not make a right triangle. Does that mean they don't make any triangle? No, it doesn't. They actually can make a triangle, no problem. It just isn't a right triangle, that's all. Okay, example B says find the length of the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse would be the long side of a triangle with a right angle in it, like so. Yeah. So we have 15 on one side, 8 on the other side, and the third side, side C, is the one we're missing. So we'll take 15 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. 15 squared is 225, and 8 squared is 64, and that'll be equal to C squared, which gives us 289 equal to C squared. And then we just need to take the square root of both sides to find out what C is. C will be the same thing as the square root of 289, which is 17. So the length of this side is 17 units. Then example C asks if 20, 21, 29 is a Pythagorean triple. So the same thing we did with the last one, we'll do with this one here. We'll run 20, 21, 29 through the Pythagorean Theorem and see what comes out. So we get 20 squared plus 21 squared equals 29 squared. If that's true, then this is a Pythagorean triple and would make the three sides of a right triangle. So we have 400, 20 squared, plus 441, which would be 21 squared, equals 841, which is 29 squared. So 400 plus 441 is 841. Looks like that's probably equal to 841, at least, last I checked. So since that's a true statement, yes, this is the Pythagorean triple, and those three dimensions could make the sides of a right triangle. And then finally, example D, determine if the triangles below are right triangles. Same process, we take 16 squared and add it to 8 squared to see if it's equal to 8 roots of 5 squared. So 16 squared plus 8 squared equals 8 roots of 5 squared. Well, 16 squared is 256. So we have 256 plus 8 squared, which is 64, equals, now 8 roots of 5 squared would be 8 times 8, because 8 roots of 5 squared is 8 roots of 5 times 8 roots of 5, right? So we have 8 times 8, that's 64, times root 5 squared, which just gets rid of the root. So we have 64 times 5. Yeah? So we have 256 plus 64. 256 is 64 times 5, or times 4, I mean. Interesting. So that tells us that it does work, because 64 times 5 would be 5 64s, right? And here we have 1 64, and 256 is the same as 4 64s. So that's 5 64s. Well, 5 64s and 5 64s are the same thing. So yes, this is a right triangle, no problem. And then for our last one here, we have 22, 24, 26, which gives us 22 squared plus 24 squared equals 26 squared. 22 squared would be 484. 24 squared would be 576. And 26 squared would be 676. Well, that's obviously not going to work. 576 plus 100 would be 676. So if we add 500 to it almost, it's going to be way more. So that obviously doesn't work. This one is not a right triangle at all. This one is. And that's it.